The new annual report your business may need to file, beneficial ownership information, and the Corporate Transparency Act. There is an important change that will affect many businesses starting on January 1st, 2024. It's called the Corporate Transparency Act, abbreviated as CTA, which is part of the National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2021. This law says that certain businesses must share information about who owns them. This big update is meant to help the US law enforcement stop crimes like money laundering and terrorism financing. It's different from tax rules because it falls under the Bank Secrecy Act. This means that instead of sending reports to the IRS, businesses will need to send them to the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, which is abbreviated as FinCEN, which is part of the Department of Treasury. Well, you can navigate to FinCEN's website and find a plethora of information about this. I'm going to give you the key highlights. So first off, who needs to report? Okay, US entities, and this includes all corporations, LLCs, or similar groups registered with a state secretary or similar office. And foreign entities, these are similar groups formed in another country but registered to do business in the US. Okay, what about exemptions? There are actually 23 categories that are exempt, including publicly traded companies, banks, credit unions, and tax-exempt organizations. However, these exemptions are very specific, and many of these groups already follow other reporting rules. In addition to the 23 categories that are exempt, there's also an exemption for what's called large operating entities, which are businesses that have over 20 US employees, more than $5 million in annual gross revenue, and a physical US presence. So, what's a beneficial owner? It's a person who has a lot of control or at least 25% in a reporting company. The law explains substantial control in more detail. So, when do you report? New entities, which means a new entity that was created on or after January 4th of 2024, must report within 30 days, and there's possibly a 90-day extension available. For existing entities, meaning companies that are in existence before January 1st of 2024, your first report's not due until January 1st of 2025. If you identify a mistake or if there's been a change in your information, you must report that information, the updated information, within 30 days. So what information is needed to be reported? Let's run through the list. For the company, it's the full legal name, any trade name or doing business as or DBA name, the complete current US address, the state, tribal, or foreign jurisdiction formation. If you're a foreign reporting company, then you will need to also report the state or tribal jurisdiction that you first registered. You will also need to report the company's tax identification number, its TIN, or its employer identification number, EIN. Okay, what about each beneficial owner? For each beneficial owner that's been identified for your company, you will need to report their full legal name, date of birth, their complete current address, and then any unique identifying number and issuing jurisdiction, and an image of one of the following non-expired documents: US passport, state driver's license, identification document issued by a state, local government, or tribe, and if an individual doesn't have any of the previous documents, a foreign passport. So what happens if you don't follow the rules? There are big penalties. Not reporting properly can lead to fines of up to $10,000, daily penalties of $500, and you might even go to jail for up to 2 years. If you have any questions or want to talk about how this affects your business, please contact us at 234-207-5772 or send me an email. I can be reached at kelly@profitscalethrive.com. If you're a current accounting client of Profit Scale Thrive, we'll discuss this at our next meeting this month. In today's changing rules, it's important to stay on top of new requirements. We're here to work together with you. Our goal is not only to help you with your accounting and taxes, but also to make sure you follow the law. If you're not a client of Profit Scale Thrive, this is just one example of the type of conversations we routinely have with our accounting and tax clients. If you're interested in learning more about how we work with clients, you can check out our website at profitscalethrive.com/services, or you can contact us to schedule a meeting at profitscalethrive.com/contact.